Today's episode of the More You Know podcast is brought to you by CrowdQuestion, a brand new social communication platform focused on connecting crowds to bring everyone closer to their community, as well as enhancing any occasion. Rather than being a social media platform focused on content and advertising, they're focused on communication and connection. Learn more about the platform and download the app free at crowdquestion.com.
I'm just trying to make it all make sense.
Today's
More
You
Know
podcast.
Today I want to explain how time can negatively affect your body, as well as how you can make time your ally, explained by Deepak Chopra in his book Reinventing the Body, Resurrecting the Soul. No matter who you are, time is something you can't escape, and time is something that affects everyone. Luckily with time, everyone has a certain level of control over time, which is determined by both perspective and actions. With this being said, it can negatively affect you, or it can be your ally. So I first want to share the invisible factors that cause the greatest negative damage, and then from there explain what it looks like when you make time your ally. So the first invisible factor is unpredictability, which are random events disrupting your body's rhythms. These include keeping irregular hours, going to bed at different times, eating irregularly, and more. The second invisible factor is disorder or confusion, which is a breakdown of external order causing internal disorder. This includes choosing to procrastinate, doubt yourself, be indecisive, lack organization, be impulsive or careless, have a lack of purpose, and much more. Next, the third invisible factor is accidents, which are mistakes in your life which lead to mistakes in your body. And this is caused by choosing to be inattentive, distracted, undisciplined, unfocused, or self-destructive. After that, the fourth invisible factor is trauma or sickness, which are not only sicknesses and illnesses, but also choosing unnecessary risks and dangers, gambling with your safety, exposing your body to physical threat and infection, and other things along those lines. From here, the fifth invisible factor is violence, which is pretty self-explanatory, but it can be caused by choosing to be out of control, unleashing anger and rage, refusing to understand your hidden hostility, seeking revenge, being under the influence of substances, dwelling on resentment, and much more. And finally, the sixth invisible factor is chaos, which is when all sense of order is destroyed. This can be caused by living in toxic environments, whether they be in or out of your control. Things including war, crime, domestic violence, addictions, and much more. And now that I've gone through these negative invisible factors, I now want to explain how to make time your ally. You should keep regular hours, eating and sleeping on a regular schedule. You should avoid drastic changes in diet and activity, unless they're necessary. You should set up an orderly work environment, reducing distractions. Also, you should rest quietly once to twice during the day, letting your body retune itself. Also, take yourself out of avoidable stressful situations sooner rather than later. You should also take your time and don't rush. Along with that, you should make decisions when they arise. Don't procrastinate or get distracted. You should also pay attention to what's directly in front of you, focusing on one thing at a time. Don't multitask. Dividing your attention leads to confusion and weakened focus. Also, try to avoid the temptation to plunge into high-risk situations. Stay within your comfort zone. You should also try to get your household and finances in order. Also, try to address any underlying anxiety. Also, release your repressed anger in a healthy way, learning to do this without losing control or hurting others. Also, renounce violence in thought and word. Try to become more emotionally resilient. Eliminate chaotic influences in your life, and live as if you have all the time in the world. No matter who you are, you have control over how you handle time. You can let it negatively impact you and your body, or make time your ally. One of your ultimate life goals, if you want to live a life that's fulfilling, joyful, and filled with success, is that you should try to live as if you have all the time in the world. Along with that, by using your time wisely, trying to make a tremendous impact in this world and crafting a life of significance, you can become functionally immortal. I hope this talk makes a positive impact in your life. Please subscribe to the podcast wherever you are listening or watching it. Check out other episodes. Leave a review. Follow the podcast on social media at More You Know Pod. And sign up for CrowdQuestion to ask me questions about the episode. Again, thank you for listening as we propel through podcasting with the More You Know.
I'm just trying to make it all make sense.
Today's
More
You
Know
podcast.